Hello, my lovely, wonderful friends. This is Gail, the Legacy Lady, and you are tuning into Legacy After Dark. We are going to celebrate How to Talk Like a Pirate International Day. So let's jump into this. I love this line from Monty Python. You ready? And now for something completely different. The Legacy Lady presents Legacy After Dark. How to Talk Like a Pirate, a practice in play. 3 things we're going to address today. What do we admire in pirates? How can we apply it to our lives today? And what does this mean for our storytelling? What do we admire in pirates? Or more specifically, what do I admire in pirates? So, obviously there are modern day pirates. I'm not talking about modern day pirates. I'm talking about the historical pirates, and there were good pirates, bad pirates. However, there were some things about pirates that were pretty darn cool. They had an adventurous spirit. They tried new things. They might have been afraid secretly, but they didn't usually show it. Or at least I don't imagine they did. So, those are some admirable qualities. The other thing they were really, really good at was storytelling. They were massively expert storytellers, which is the only reason we know about any of them, because their legends, their stories, their legacies survived all this time because of their ability to embellish their adventures and to weave a really memorable story. So, of those admirable qualities and those things of storytelling, how can we apply it to our lives today? I'm going to put emphasis on the admirable qualities, the adventurous spirit, the trying new things, the quietly, internally being really afraid, but doing the thing anyways, and reaching really, really high, trying to reach for things that everyone else thinks is impossible. So in those ways, I like to think that I'm kind of living like a pirate. I'm telling an incredible story, I'm being adventurous, I'm trying new things, and even though I'm totally a little afraid inside, sometimes completely terrified, I'm doing it anyway. And I'm embracing my storytelling side so that the legacy I leave will stay forever. And it's going to be a really good story. And I'm really excited about that. How can you apply these admirable qualities that pirates have? It's the same type of thing. If there's something that you wanted to try, or if there's a story that you wanted to tell and you've been kind of afraid to do it, do it. Channel that inner pirate and let it rip. Go do it. Tell the story. Bust out. Share it. Because everyone in your pirate world is totally waiting for you to do it. I promise. And if you're not sure, come talk to me and I'll remind you. Okay? All right. So that is the admirable qualities and how we can apply it in our lives today. Now, what does this mean for our storytelling? So how to talk like a pirate, a practice and play. And what does this mean for our storytelling? I'm going to encourage you to go find a pirate legend. Go find a pirate legend. Find an article online about a pirate you've never heard of before. I loved learning about female pirates. So there were women pirates that were absolutely incredible. Those women were complete and total badasses. All right. So find a female pirate article, a legend, the story of a female pirate you've never heard of before. I will make sure they show up on when this podcast gets posted. They'll be in all the descriptions and on the website with some of my thoughts on a few of my favorite ones. Okay, so go find one you've never heard of. Go do a little bit of research and read through her story. See the pieces that stick out for you. What were some of the things she did that made her memorable, and what stuck through on the history books. Once you've done that and you've thought about it for a little while, I like to process things. So I like to read something and then I think about it, and then I'm able to have an opinion maybe or interpret a little bit. So read through the article, identify those pieces that stick out for you, and then go through and fill in the blanks. Because in any history book, in any legend, in any piece that comes down from historians, there are gaps. And the practice and play part is filling in the pieces of what her story, of what her life might have been like, and all the pieces that weren't told in the history. How was she feeling? Fill in all of those pieces of how she was feeling. Was she scared? What was she smelling? If she was on the ocean, did she have the ocean spray on her face? And fill in all those creative pieces. And yes, it'll be historical fiction, but just look at someone else's story and fill in the blanks on someone else's story. And then look at it as a whole and see how you feel about it. And think about how you felt when you first read the historical record, and then read your new piece or your new parts or all your new facts you put in and all the feelings you put in. And how does that feel? Reading that piece. And then sit and think with that for a little bit and decide which one you would rather read. The second one, the one that you filled in the feelings and you filled in all the extra pieces, the fun pieces, the stuff that got edited out or never got told. Hint, hint, do you see where I'm going with this? Those are the pieces that never got told. And then you went through and you told them. And it made a fuller, brighter, more colorful story. And it was a story that connected more with you. And it made you feel good reading it. This totally and completely applies with your own story. Yes, recording the facts are absolutely important. But the piece that I think makes the storytelling and it a piece of art and something that will last and something that will connect throughout the years and way beyond after you're gone. The pieces that are going to connect are how you were feeling, your emotions, your senses, everything that was happening while this memory was going on. So let's bring it the whole way back to recording your memories and recording the stories behind the photos and the stories behind the recipes in the legacy world. The importance of including the emotional background, the world building, essentially. So what did things smell like? What was the weather like? All of the things that create a full picture of what was happening in that moment for you. Those are the embellishments. Those are the things that talking like a pirate brings it all together. So maybe I need to retitle this storytelling, telling stories like a pirate, because that's really what I love to do, is embellishing within reason, and not to the point that you're telling a tall tale, but embellishing with all of those extra pieces, all of the things that we edit out or deem unimportant. And those are the things that people connect with. So your practice and play, to recap, is to go find an article, go find a legend of a female pirate or a male pirate, whatever your favorite one is. Or if you have a favorite pirate, go read their story. And then fill in the blanks. What were the extra pieces? And then look at your stories. Look at your grandmother's stories, your mother's stories, your dad's stories. Whether they're still here, whether they've just passed away, whether they've been gone 10 years. Go back and try to fill in the pieces for them. Add on to the stories they have already told. And fill in the gaps to create a fuller, brighter picture. So to recap, this episode was how to talk like a pirate, a practice and play. And our questions we answered today are, what do we admire in pirates? How can we apply it in our lives today? And what does this mean for our storytelling? I would love to hear your responses to this. If you have any feedback, and tell me about the pirate you find. I want to hear those stories. So I will totally share mine as well. And I sincerely look forward to hearing your contributions. I look forward to talking with you on the next episode of Legacy After Dark. And in the meantime, happy writing.